Hello viewers and welcome to another Project Cars video. This is one of the first few of the year actually. We had that brief look a couple of weeks ago at BS Nismo's earlier lap, and now here we are on board with another BS Nismo video. This is around the new Silverstone circuit, which has been brought into the game on the latest builds. And again, this is all very early, I must point out, before you see any of this. So there's lots and lots of track detail which will go in over the coming months. This is a very early build. So here he is then in the F77. This is one of his first laps around the circuit, an exploratory lap, if you like, trying to find the style of layout. Obviously the layout of any given circuit is different in most games. So working out his braking points, always a great feeling of speed in these cars. Mixed field of cars on display here. We have an aerial atom out there just on the outside. Working your way around the slowest part of the course. Corner that goes on forever before you lay down the power. Always that rumble strip there to keep you on the straight and narrow. Oh, nearly a connection there with the AI. AI just weaving offline rather dangerously, and a hit as well. So AI is being quite aggressive at this stage, there's no doubt about it. And so come round here around Beckett's and Maggot's section before going into the hangar straight, and of course still lots to do, but already at this stage it's looking pretty good. Project Cars is a lot of fun actually. I really do like, as I say, how they're revising the handling constantly. It's improving more and more. I think, like as many people have mentioned, it's the force feedback that they're working on, and of course many of these things don't get tuned until right near the launch. You know, there's so much that goes into developing a game like this. The scale of the project has to be planned a long way in advance. And of course this game isn't due to be finished until, well, probably the end of 2012, early 2013, so it's a long way to go yet. Around those final couple of corners then, trying to find the braking point. You can see the new pit building there, which is under construction. As we move on to the essentially the Audi prototypes, so a bit of Le Mans racing. Now I look at this here and we have lots of Audis racing each other. This is probably what it's going to be like at Le Mans this year actually. Audi racing Audi. It depends if Toyota can really get it together. This version of Silverstone, I don't know how obviously authentic all the corners are. I'm going to do a comparison with a real lap of Silverstone that I filmed a while ago. There's a couple of areas where I think there's a bit more positive camber, but I'll double check when I put it all together. Love the sound of these cars. They have a nice feel, a nice weight to them. I do like driving them. Diesel power, but they go for it. And a little bit of oversteer there, and that causing a bit of understeer through the exit of the corner. Looking for a gap on the inside, not this time as we come into Copse. Love Copse, such a nice high-speed corner. The car grips as well, really nice grip through that corner. You know, you feel it, the G-force through your body when you go through there. It's a great feeling. Great corner through this twisty sections. You're really heavy on the brakes as well, a lot heavier than it actually looks on that first part. And again here, that's slower than you expect before opening the power, and really opening it now down this straight. And now there's a relaxing moment from the G-force. It relaxes even though you're accelerating. It's not as bad before coming into, again, quite a heavy braking zone here. Really, you feel some G's around this corner. Accelerating again before another heavy braking into these slow corners. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me how these drivers deal with the pressures, you know, that they're under. You know, the G-force, the bumps. Even air quality is something racing drivers don't mention, but when you're in these racing cars for any amount of time, the fumes in them is unbelievable. You know, you get in one and you've got all this petrol and you've got all this brake dust, and it's a concoction inside. And nothing affects these drivers. I'm always impressed with, you know, how they get out and what they've been dealing with, you know. Fantastic. Of course, many of you will have been watching the Daytona 24 Hours. I tried to find a feed. I watched some of it on Facebook via Speed, but it was all on-board footage and it wasn't really relaying enough information, so I missed much of the race, which was a real shame. And while I'm watching this, I want to congratulate particularly Justin Wilson. He's a great driver who's never really had the right machinery he deserves, and it's nice for him to get a win there and be a part of a winning team. Alan McNish had his wheel banging at 200 mile an hour after his experience at Le Mans last year. You know, it's not really what he needs, but Alan McNish is a very experienced racing driver, you know, and again, he's one of those guys who had his time for Toyota in F1 but never really got the shot in F1 he should have at the time he should have. But as we all know, places in F1 are at a premium, and it's something the sport is well aware of. Brake lights are very handy on these cars as well. I should imagine they are, especially in the night racing, of course. So coming up now, this is AI running on the hardest setting, attacking on the outside. Mansell style, unable to maintain it. You can see the AI is really fighting for victory though, putting in some good speed as well, and they're holding their line, they're defending their positions. Oh, the yellow car on the inside. It's like Lewis and Felipe Massa last year, except these two stay on the track, give each other enough room. Into this high-speed corner, more of a jink, carry a lot of speed in here. I haven't got the name of this corner actually, I need to check these names. It's the Wellington Straight, of course, that they go down, but I haven't checked the names of these corners, I have to sort that out. So I ran this very excruciating, slightly slow section here before getting on the power, and full speed through here, no doubt, carrying a lot of speed. That's it. A lot of wheel spin in these cars, but they have enormous amounts of downforce as well. You know, they've really moved on. The prototype series is second only to F1 basically. It's fantastic technology that we're seeing, and the Toyota hybrid that we're going to see this year sounds like a spaceship when it comes out of the pits because it uses that electric engine. So through on the inside then, on his way to Cops, a little bit of a touch, Alan McNish style. Goodness. How horrible would that feel at that speed, be touching another car? I can tell you, it's no fun. Fear takes control at that point, hanging on for dear life. Racing drivers say they don't get scared. I wouldn't say scared is the right word, is it? There is, I would say it's a heart-beating moment. It's a heart-beating moment more than anything. It's a whoa, you know, like when you're going to fall off your bike or something. You don't want to fall off. You wobble a little bit, but you're through it. But sometimes you're bound to have your heart in your mouth when you're doing some of these different sections. So well into the race now, hanging on in fourth place it seems. Can't quite see if there's anyone else up the track. And taking there into third, so that was a good opportunity, keeping the line, giving himself a little bit of space there to blend in. Going second place, managing it. Oh no, the car may still just be on the inside. Certainly it's very close in Nismo. And into the slow section, so he's made good track position on that lap. And he's not hanging around. Whoa, as the AI comes through there, very rough overtake, very aggressive. Though it has to be said, the AI at least he's overtaking at points where they probably would try to overtake. I think sometimes when they get aggressive AI in games, they try overtaking you in non-overtaking areas, and that's never a good thing. We don't like that, because then you just bash into them and it's ridiculous. So managing to get back into second place again, and now coming up, see if he can take the leader. He's going at some pace. Certainly Nismo carrying a lot more speed into Cops. Over the crest, down through the gears. Some very aggressive defensive driving from first place. Trying to find a way past. And now we're going to probably have a look on the inside, I would assume. The outside, not going to make it this time. Better to think better of it. No space on the inside. It's very tricky when you make your car wide to get past, unless you want to make a lunge, and that will normally end in tears. Slightly half-hearted move there. And on the outside, it's always going to be difficult. So we're coming into the final part of the race. Now, at first I was just going to show you a lap of this race, but I watched it earlier and I thought it's a great bit of driving from Nismo, and it's good to see the action with the AI. I would love to see the replay of this as well, because it really is a lot of fun to see. So on the power, he lost a lot under traction in that corner, and we saw that with the AI earlier. So that's where Nismo's losing, is in that section. He's not able to keep up there in that slow corner. This is key for him now to maintain some speed through here. A bit of understeer and trying to cut back on it. Over the old start-finish straight. Trying to carry as much speed as possible into Copse, but unable to get past. Very close, and the laps are ticking by, of course. But there's a lot of defensive driving from first place, who's not yielding under significant pressure. And this is great about cars, isn't it? When you can have an AI race that's actually this competitive. I mean, the graphics are fantastic, handling's improving all the time. Great sound as well. This is definitely one of the key competitors coming. Losing grip there, managed to keep it in a slide as we come round the final corners. Not finding a way past. So as we come round the final corner, then Nismo settles for second place. But that's a quick look at the January build and the first look at Silverstone on Project Cars. More to come very soon.